Brazil before Cabral, a forgotten history, but no less epic. Long before any land in sight, Brazil was already the scene of incredible stories, millenary legends, and civilizations who knew very well what they were doing. Before Pedro Alvarez Cabral gives the famous cry of, "We arrived," the land we now call Brazil was inhabited thousands of years ago. Yes, many millennia. We are talking about 12,000 BC. When the first human groups arrived here, these people came probably the north of the continent, crossing in Alaska in times of ice, with cold bones and courage to spare. And they came looking for food, shelter, and a quieter place to live. These were the first ancestors of peoples, indigenous people, who would later occupy the entire Brazilian territory when we speak of Indians as if it were a single group. Today we are committing an epic injustice. Pre-Brazil was a true multicultural condominium with over 1,000 different people, each with their own language, costumes, gods, legends, and lifestyles. The Tupi-Guarani, for example, occupied a large part of the coast and had one life enough, quite active, hunted, fished, made fields, and there was still time left to organize wars. Ritualistic or not, already the geese, as the kayak and Chavante, dominated the interiors of the country, each with a unique way of relating, and among themselves, speaking in nature. These peoples not only respected the environment, as they knew how to use it sustainably. Agriculture with crop rotation, intelligent use of the forest, no destroying everything in the name of profit. I could learn a lot from them. One of the biggest surprises in recent studies is that there were real cities in the Amazon forest before the Portuguese. Cities with planned streets, areas of cultivation, and sophisticated social organization. The archaeologists has been discovering more and more evidence of this. The so-called Indian Black Land, a fertile soil created by these peoples, shows that they knew very well how to manipulate the environment, created soils, controlled the fire, and produced surplus food. Listen to that image of isolated savages. The idea that indigenous people were backward, technologically, is pure historical fake news. They developed advanced farming techniques, efficient fishing systems, trade, tools adapted to the environment, and even forms of food packaging. And let's talk about medicine. As tribus had one deep knowledge of medicinal plants, with specific uses for each type of pain or illness, disease, and even for spiritual things. The natural pharmacy bombed, and everything passed from generation to generation via oral tradition, nobula, only ancient wisdom. Today, in the absence of stone churches or temples, the religion of indigenous peoples was everywhere. In the forest, in Rio, we bugs. In the stars, they saw the world, where everything was connected. O peacock spiritual leader from the village was at the same time a doctor, priest, psychologist, and storyteller. It was he who made the connections with the spirits, guided the rituals, and maintained the balance of the community. And the myths, oh, the myths. The emergence of the world, the origin of the fire, the creation of rivers and mountains, everything was narrated in epic stories, often with the right to characters. Talking animals became people and taught profound lessons about life. Deceives if anyone who thinks that there was no policy. There was, yes, but with a very unique way. Important decisions were made in groups, with the participation of elders and leaders, caciques. In many tribes, respect was the basis of coexistence, but don't think it was all peace and love. Conflicts took place, including wars between tribes, many of them with well-defined and objective rituals, specific how to capture prisoners for rituals. Diplomacy was also sharp. Arranged marriages between ethnicities were part of everyday life. And then one beautiful day from 1500, appeared on Horizon 1, weird ship, full of people dressed in metal and speaking one language. Totally different. The reaction mixes with surprise, hostility and distrust. The indigenous people did not know that visit, it would be the beginning of a turning point. One historic turn. For them, it was just one more different group coming, as had happened other times with other peoples. But the Portuguese didn't come just to meet them. They came to stay, explore, and dominate. After colonization, slavery, genocide, cultural erasure, the strength of the original peoples remains to this day. Modern Brazil still carries in its blood your language, their food, and their customs. A lot of indigenous elements. The names of the cities are in the ancestral remains alive in the villages, in the forests, and in the voices of those who resist. It's no small thing. Get to know Brazil before Cabral. It's more than a memory exercise. It's a way to recognize that the story does not begin with a caravel, but with thousands of years of living humanity, creative and deeply connected with the earth. Then, next time you hear about discovery, remember Brazil already existed, pulsed and lived long before Cabral showed up. Short comment and share, and see you soon. For today is that